somewhere in Prescott, Arizona. And these guys, they didn't dig me one bit. They were not having it, you know. And I could tell it wasn't going good, you know, and the show was going on. And I was trying to make nice with the crowd and whatnot. And I said, man, I got to tell you, it's so beautiful here. I'm sucking up as good as I can. And I said, I think it's so beautiful here in Prescott, Arizona. These cowboys said, it's Prescott, asshole. I looked down and I said, well, why didn't you spell it like biscuit then, asshole? Took a beating that night. I love hearing you stick up for those men and women that do what they do for us. That's beautiful. That's what I did yesterday. I went out to a little small county celebration for the veterans yesterday, and we sang in the rain. We had a beautiful day honoring those men and women. Pretty powerful. I'm gonna sing this song just out of the blue. I made a record with a guy named Paul Franklin. He's a great steel guitar player. He's probably the most recorded steel player in the last 40 years. So we made a record together. It was my last record that I had out. It's called Bakersfield, and we did it together. And we chose the title because we were honoring two greats that made their livelihood and their careers out of Bakersfield, California, back in the late 50s and early 60s out there in California. To me, some of the best country music that's ever been made was made out there on the West Coast by those guys. And we did a record together. And what's interesting, it's a great old Merle Haggard song.
Yeah.
And as a 10-year-old kid, you know, when this song came out, I didn't understand what he was talking about. He kind of sounded mad, you know. And then as a nearly 60-year-old man, hearing the words and singing the words of this great Merle Haggard song, it was pretty powerful to understand those words after watching a lifetime of sacrifice. It was beautiful. So I'd like to sing you this old Merle Haggard song called "The Fightin' Side of Me."
Yeah.
I feel like everybody owes it to themselves. If they get just a little bit high and mighty, go take a trip to Arlington, and that'll give you a great example of what sacrifice looks like. I hear people talking bad about the way we live in this country, harping on the wars we fight, griping about the way things ought to be. No, I don't mind them switching sides, standing up for things that they believe in. They're running down my country, man, walking on the fighting side of me. They're walking on the fighting side of me, running down a way of life, fighting men who fought and died to keep. If you don't love it, leave it. Let this song that I'm singing be a warning. If you're running down my country halls, walking on the fighting side of me. Well, I read about some squirrely guy who claims that he don't believe in fighting. And I wonder just how long the rest of us can count on being free. They love our milk and honey, but they preach about some other way of living. When they're running down my country, man, walking on the fighting side of me. They're walking on the fighting side of me, running down fighting men who fought, died to keep. If you don't love it, leave it. Let this song that I'm singing be a warning. If you're walking down my country house, walking on the fighting side of me. If you're walking on the fighting side of me, running down a way of life, fighting men who fought, died to keep. If you don't love it, leave it. Let this song that I'm singing be a warning. If you're walking on, running down my country, man, walking on the fighting side of me. If you're running down my country, man, you're walking